Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Pro Wrestling Sim. I've kind of taken a break from these series that I've been doing between JWP and the 50 State Battle. I'm still continuing these series. These series are very fun to do, but it does take some brain power to put these shows together and how I want to create the shows and everything. I mean, yeah, and you could be like, hey, why don't you just put things together, smack them together, and see how it goes, and just play it like that way, just like, brain free. Yes, I could do that. But I also like to kind of not make it like, oh, it has to be so realistic like WWE and all that stuff, but overall in general, I want to kind of have it like that, but not necessarily have to like match it word for word or anything, but just kind of, it's not going to be that easy when you're trying to have strengths and weaknesses of every superstar that you have and try to use them to the best of your ability and create good storylines and everything else. So this video is kind of just like an overall recap of everything, of what's kind of going in with the series. Usually I kind of do that at the end of the year of these games, but I've been focusing on other series as well, and so I want to just kind of, before the end of, the season, so to speak, the year in this game, is kind of give a recap, bring the videos back to its relevancy, and the next time that I would have a video will be the 2 event video, and have that booked and everything else. So, and I've been also learning some things within this game, and there's, you can see a new interface from, the last video. I've been playing this game and showing all these new things. So if you have been watching me because you've seen all these new things, or if you're playing it in general and you've seen these things and you're just watching my videos and see how I, handle it or how I use it, I appreciate that. Feel free to drop some comments down below and how you like the game, how you dislike the game, and stuff like that. But they do have a Discord server. If you were to try to find this game on Steam, Pro Wrestling Sim, you can go on there on Steam, and they do have a discussion tab on that. But what I've seen is the dev is more responsive on Discord, because everyone's there, everyone helps each other, have good discussions, whether it be showing bugs or features that they would like to have in the game and that aren't in the game and stuff like that. So overall, it's very responsive when it comes to Discord. It's not like it is on Steam on why, the person doesn't answer on Steam, but overall in general, with you have a lot of people on a Discord, and your questions get answered very quickly, whether it be by other people, when there's more people active on Discord than there is on Steam, where Steam is kind of like a catalog. You buy games and you go play, you test it out, and, enjoy the game and everything. So I am looking at the Steam page of what they've added, because they've added, a new interface on here, and seeing what kind of update notes the dev has for this game. So it added momentum to the game. Momentum is impacted by angle, storylines, and wins/losses, and has an effect on match ratings as well as how much popularity a person can gain. Change the look and feel of the game's navigation pretty significantly. Now the game uses a left navigation rather than a top pull down, which, as you can see here, that is new to me, which is, it looks nice. Yeah, I didn't mind it up top, but now I can, view a full screen. I didn't really necessarily find that the other one was like a pull down or something like that I could click a button and it goes up, or this one actually goes in and out, which is nice, which I really like. Not saying that the other way it was in my other videos was bad, but this looks pretty nice overall, and it's not like I have to have multiple drop downs that I had to find the stuff, that it's all here, so it's all nice and clean and it's easy navigation. Added momentum as an effect on crowd reaction and angles and matches, which is nice. An added sandbox mode game option on new game screen, a mode where a user can hire anyone regardless of contract and do not have to worry about money, morale, show scores, injuries, etc. Mode essentially for fantasy bookers / people using the game as an organization device. Oh, good to know. So if you just use it just to, play around and not necessarily worry about money, but you still like pro wrestling, and you don't have to worry about like logistics, show scores, and all that other fun jazz on, being a money management game, then you can add it to the sandbox mode and you're literally playing worry free. You don't have to worry about if you're gonna go bankrupt. And I would imagine so, if you don't have to worry about going bankrupt, then you can't buy out other promotions, because in this game now you can go bankrupt and you can buy out other promotions of what I've known from before. So I can go to all promotions. Impact Wrestling, I can offer to buy it. I can apply for the job. There's Impact. Oh, because I have it where it's... I gotta change that. Yeah, because I thought before, when AEW came around and I was learning this as, time goes by, and, asking around of, if Impact, now that's TNA again, was when they had, kind of what they're doing now, like cross company type things where they bring superstars in and out, that I thought AEW bought Ring of Honor, which they did, which is frankly AEW, but they still keep a Ring of Honor. And I thought they bought Impact, but when I was learning, they did not. So I have to delete that as a parent promotion on this end. So I have to go to open setting, not that. I have to go to database. That's where it's at. So basically, Ring of Honor is a child promotion of... They're none. They're for themselves. And Ring of Honor, their parent promotion is AEW. It basically is, because AEW owns Ring of Honor, and their superstars are on there. Plus, they have new superstars, or they have people who come in like any other promotion. So it's not like it's a diss on anything, but that's how they're running things. You can have notes and stuff, so I can type what's going on, what, championships and all that stuff. But future owner pool. So I can add a worker, and it'd be, if the promotion is ever in a situation that they no longer have an owner, the game will first check for availability people in its pool of workers before going for a more random approach. That is good to know. So I could probably add a worker and put them in a pool. And then if it were to not have a owner, that person would be in a pool where they can become the owner. So, yes. Now back to this. Now we can go to Impact. I'll have to go back and probably change it now, because I make it realistic as possible when it comes to their names. And they are not called Impact anymore. They changed it back to TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. So I will change it back and keep it as realistic as possible. And there will be a chance where more promotions will be added into it, whether it be independent ones, or if there's more, more popular ones like GCW and stuff like that. I will add them in eventually, or at the end of the year. I add a couple promotions, adds more competition to the pool. Not saying it's a bad thing, but what kind of is a kicker is they can hire exclusive deals right away. Where me, I have to wait until I have like 10 in each category and have like a 50 popularity within my region to have exclusive deals. So that's kind of a con about the game, but overall in general, I can't control, what the game does. So we do have win-loss ratios. We have one person that is undefeated, which is Nathaniel Williamson. He hasn't lost the Every Event Championship ever since he got it. We have Ryder Wood. That's 5-1. And then we have Noah Fujita, which is the other person who I hired right away. She is the first female that I hired right away and gave $1,000 deal for 5 years for $1,000 per month. And then we have Lucia Fowler, that's undefeated, Armani Diallo, that's undefeated, and also Ellen Garcia, undefeated. We will just go through the men, the top 5. So we have 3 people within the top 5 that are undefeated, which is Larry Norris, Romeo Mooney, Nathaniel Williamson. Ryder Wood and Taylor Ashley all have 1 loss. And then Hamas Johnson, Will Cannon is undefeated 2-0. Akumadu is undefeated. Luke Gibson is undefeated. And Kamani Livingston is undefeated. Rounds up your top 10 for the men. Now for the women, Noah Fujita has the most matches within the top 5. And we have 3 females that are 4-0, Lucia Fowler, Armani Diallo, Ellen Garcia, and then Ellen Thompson is 4-1, as well as Noah is 5-1. Then to round up your top 10, we have 3-0 Nakao Tagaji, And Nola Skinner is undefeated. Linnell is 4-2. Lila McConnell is 3-1, and then Janiyah Hickman is 2-0. So those are your top 10 for the women and men. For finances, we are -3 mil. We are slowly getting there. We are trying to have a model of, when it comes to this, of slowly increasing people to come. So that way the venue may be a lot of money and stuff like that, but we're trying to make it where the main eventers, and this is also going with the other series too as well, so it's not like it's a like secret or whatnot that I'm trying to hold on to. But overall, in general, within my philosophy of the main eventers are the people who I first hired, that they started within, probably 4 or 5 months, and then I was adding more people for more storylines and creating another show, that way it can gain more money. Obviously, it's slowly coming. Probably expanding, the group so fast, but we do have $980 some $1 million, so I can do it and still be able to sustain for a couple of years or so. But the way I'm trying to do it is the main eventers, which eventually I'll change the brand names, but for the time being, the main eventers, to increase them until they sell out for 1 or 2 times. Then they're like, hey, we can sustain, whether it be 100, 500, 1,000 people within a venue. Then they bump up. Now, if the other group hasn't sold out, maybe I keep that group within that means of, if the main eventers were in the 500 and the Rising Stars were in the 100, they aren't able to sell 100 tickets yet, and the main eventers are going to 500. Then I keep them at the 100. Allow the main eventers go up to the 500, and then if they succeed and get to the 500 twice, while the Rising Stars couldn't get to that level of 100 yet, then I would probably keep them at the 100, and then move up to 1,000 with the main eventers. That way it's more money towards the main eventers, because they have, the popularity they can bring in. But overall, in general, if the Rising Stars aren't meeting that, that number when it comes to ticket sales and everything, I wouldn't want to move them up if they haven't even meet that threshold. But these guys are slowly close to each other. It's if the main eventers are meeting it, and then the Rising Stars are probably close within maybe 25 people, 50 people, I'm going to bump them up and also bump up the main eventers, because it's more people that can come and they could surpass it within the next event to get more money in ticket sales, to give more money towards, the company, and also merchandise and everything else. So, and the popularity increases. So that's kind of the plan within this, because we have to get a decent amount of popularity within our region to get a network deal and stuff like that. Merchandise is slowly coming back. We did have the 3,000 in August, where everyone was kind of pitching in, whether it be $2, $4, $9 down there, whether it be $1 or something like that, like a keychain or something that's fairly cheap, to as much as almost $500. But then when the dev switched everything, I had to reselect everything here and pay the implementation cost again. So it was at a small part-time team, and that's what gave us the 131 for the Roger Riley. And then I'm like, if that's what's that gonna do for that, we're almost at 20. We're at 15 or 13. That we're gonna, we're gonna surpass 20 pretty quickly. That I just went up to the next one, and that will give us more room to have more of a chance of selling more merchandise because they take care of that as well. As a company grows, so does the infrastructure required to run it, accountants, legal, HR, etc. Not improving your back office will result in your company being unable to grow. Each level will improve merchandise sales significantly if you are eligible to sell any. So, that being said, small part-time team may not be as much, but if we have a small full-time team, then we'll be able to sell more. So, and we're just growing as this, and eventually we're gonna go like in-house music to have more popularity gain. But as of right now, for the end of the year and maybe half of next year in the game, that we won't be switching to the in-house yet, even though it'll gain more popularity and everything else. But I just don't want to push it so much, but we can, since we have $980 some million. So I just wanted to give an update on things, and also saying with, the only way, well, that's just all workers, that my roster and that the people sorry, that the people are growing within the company is when they win a title, and then their change of push goes up a level, and then if they title defense it and they keep it, they go up one more. So for example, Nathaniel Williamson, he's already a main eventer because he has held the JWP Every Event Championship for a while now, for 129 days, and he's had a couple title defenses, so he's gone up and now he's the main event. Do I put him in the main event technically? No, not necessarily, kind of towards the mid card, because it's the Every Event Championship. That is a mid card championship, but overall in general, he is a main eventer within our roster. So we have JWP Development Championship, which is the Rising Stars. Taylor Ashley won it 37 days ago. He has had 0 defenses. We have the Developmental Mid Card, which he won in 37 days ago. Luca Gibson. Then we have the Developmental Tag Team, which is the Elias Duo. Then we have Barbara and Amy Stone with the Developmental Women's Tag Team. That kind of their storyline has gone downhill because of Courtney Delaney leaving with the exclusive deal of TNA now. Nathaniel Williamson, he's had it for 129 days, and he's had 4 title defenses, and he's kept it ever since. We have Dallas Jones, who is the newly acquired heavyweight champion. Kofi had it for 120 days prior to that. Liam Bailey has won the title 37 days ago, and so he's gone up a level, and Roderick Riley had it before. We have JWP Tag Team, Henry Cardoso and Naim Amici has won it in the last event, and then the Money is Life Tag Team had it prior to that. We had the Women's Development Championship. Isla Carter won it. Her and Poppy Carter have been going back and forth a little bit, and so she has gone up to mid-card. Then we have the Every Event Championship for the women's. Megan Pyers has won it, so she has gone up a level based off of that. And then the Women's Heavyweight Championship, Rini Takahashi has won it, and so she went up because of that. And then we have Jada Acosta, Mackenzie Herman have went up because they've won it against the Heels of Lionel and Noah that held it for 92 days prior to that. So there's been some title changes. There may be more titles, may not be. That seems like a good number for right now when it comes to these two brands, but that is what I have as an update for right now. As she signs with Impact, that's going to be changed to TNA because I changed it. So that is everything within this video to kind of give you an update on how things are going. And I will resume shortly within this and learning more about the game and what need to do, especially with helping with the matches and all the extra stuff that I didn't know now will help me in the future. So have a good one. Hopefully you appreciate this video, and peace out.